Okay, today we will exercise algebra with GeoGebra. We will practice algebra with linear equation, quadratic equation with parameters and slides. The first is linear equation. At first, we will create a linear equation y equal x plus 4. Therefore, input y equal x plus 4. You can use your computer keyboard or virtual keyboard, anything is okay. Then you can see a linear equation on the graphic window. Then you can try to change the slope or y-interest, like if you change the slope 2, then slope is much more steep. Like 3, you can see how the slope is changing. Or you can change y-interest, such as plus 2 or minus 5. This is one of the dynamics of the algebra in GeoGebra. Next, let's practice the algebra with quadratic equation. At first, let's create a quadratic equation y equal x squared plus 2. You write down y equal x squared plus 4. You can use either your own keyboard or virtual keyboard. Then you can see two equations are shown in the graphic window. Then you can see both linear equation and quadratic equation. Now let's try to create an intersect of the linear and the quadratic equation. At first, input intersect f comma g, and then you can see two intersects, point A and point B, are created. The point A position is 2.6 and the point B is negative 1.3. Okay, now we have two objects in the graphic window. One is the linear equation and the other is the quadratic equation. And see, how about to modify both linear and the quadratic equation? Then we need to enter into the See More button at the right of the algebra window. Click See More, then you can see Setting. Then there is another pop-up window, and there is a check on fixed object. So delete this fixed object, and then you can move this linear equation. In case of the quadratic equation, let's go to the See More again and go to Setting, and then delete the fixed object. Then you can also move this quadratic equation. Once again, I will try Setting, fixed object, delete the check. Then you can move this quadratic equation. Therefore, based on the change of this linear equation or quadratic equation, you can see both intersect of A and B is changing, and you can find the exact position of intersect A and B is changing accordingly. Sometimes during you are working with GeoGebra, you may want to delete objects that you created. We have 4 ways to delete an object. The first way to delete object is you can use the undo, like here. You click, then step by step, the window move back to the previous one. The second one is to select the 11th icon. Then you can find a delete button. So click delete, and if you delete, then you can see the linear equation is disappeared. Another way is to select the See More button. Here also you can find the delete button. So the same way you can delete either the linear equation or quadratic equation. The last one is the right button of the mouse upon each object. Like this one, you move your mouse to the quadratic equation and use your right button, then the quadratic equation disappeared. The same way, if you move your mouse to the linear equation and the right button, then you can find the delete. Then you can see the linear equation deleted. Parameters and the slides are also very strong tool for interaction and dynamics of GeoGebra. If you succeed in construction of linear and quadratic equation, you need to explore the parameters of both linear and quadratic equation. Input y equal ax plus b in algebra window, like me, y equal ax plus b, and enter. Then you can see 2 slides, A and B appears, and on the graphic window there is a linear equation like this. Okay, now let's try to explore the parameters of the slides. If you click the small triangle in slide A, then you can see how the slope of the linear equation is changing. And you need to stop, and let's click the small triangle of slide B. Then you can see how the linear equation is changing based on the change of the y-intercept. If we want to see the parameters of A or B as the integers, I mean the whole number in the slide, you may change them in the settings of each parameter. At first, click the See More button on the right of the parameter A and B. Then you see another pop-up window as picture right, like this, See More. Then go to Setting, and you see a Slide tab. In the Slide tab, you need to input number 1 in increment. Then move out. Then let's see how the linear equation is changing. Now you can see the y-interest is changing by numbers, number 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So the same way, let's try to change the numbers in slide A. Click See More, and go to Setting, and go to the Slide tab, and you see the increment box and input 1, then move out, and let's try to see how the slope of the slide A is changing. So from here you can see the slope of this linear equation is changing from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So this is much more easier for you to explain your students about the linear equation. Now let's try to look at the parameters of the quadratics. So write down in your algebra window y equal ax square plus bx plus c and enter. Then you can see 3 slides are appeared. Slide A, slide B, and slide C. So please try to click the small triangle in each slide, like slide A. Then you can see the A slide is changing. So if you want this changing to be the integers, again, you can go to the See More and the setting, then go to the slide, and in the increment box, write down 1, then move out and try again. Then you can see the slide A is changing as the integers. The same way you can try to use the slide B and the slide C. If you want any slide to be integers, you can come to the See More button and change the increment from the setting. Input number 1 in the increment box and move out and try again. Then you can see how this quadratic equation is changing based on each slide A, B, and C. Let's try to explore another features of quadratics, or tangent line on quadratic graph. Write down y equal ax square plus bx plus c on algebra window and enter. Then you can see 3 slide A, B, and C. Let's change the numbers of slide B to -2 and enter. Then you can see another graph y equal x squared minus 2x plus 1. And let's define a point. Go to the second icon and select point. Then we need to define a point on the quadratic graph. I will choose x equal 2 and y equal 1. Then you can see point A is appeared on x equal 2, y equal 1 position. Then you can go to the fourth icon and you can see a tangent. Click tangent and then click point A and any point in the quadratic equation. Then you can see a tangent line is appeared on the graphic window, which is passed through the point A. Until now, we have looked into a very small part of GeoGebra. You may feel that the GeoGebra has a wide application to various fields of mathematics. If you want to research more about GeoGebra, you can find lots of resources in the homepage of GeoGebra. That is www.geogebra.org. Here is the assignment of today. Construct a triangle on GeoGebra and take a screenshot of the completed triangle. Then send the picture to the Google Classroom of Caris. Thank you for your attention.